Hey everyone, it's Rayce Robinson. Right now, should you be buying a house or should you be selling a house? Well, these are the numbers here for Central Florida for June, which covered till the end of May, for the housing market here, that I break down the sales, the inventory, and the other things that affect the market here locally. And really all over the United States is being affected by the lack of inventory, which we'll go over. And do me a favor, if you like this video, you think it's useful, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're going to be buying or selling a house or want to look at real estate investing. I give you simple to easy understand mortgage advice that you can count on. Hey, don't listen to what I say. Google Rayce Robinson and see what other people say about working with me and my company. So what are the numbers here in Central Florida? Are they going up? Are they going down? And the thing I like to look at, if you are a buyer or seller, is it a good time to sell? Is it a good time to buy? Well, the answer is yes. And normally it is favored more in front of the sellers or the buyers, and it definitely is a seller's market, meaning that if you're selling a house right now and you price it right, the house is going to move very, very quickly. But at the same time, if you're a buyer, you're still getting record low rates, and most people buy on payment, whether it's a car or anything that we go out and buy. Most people buy that purchase by the monthly payment. So if $1 million houses cost $1,500 a month, there'd be a heck of a lot more people buying $1 million houses. So payment really does drive what people buy. Well, rates are really not as low as they were like right after COVID, but really still some of the all-time low rates. So let's get into the numbers here. So inventory did, for the first time really this year, creep up a little, which is actually good news, but it really is the same. If you look at or let's go back to February of 2021, we had 2,000 homes. In May, we had 1,983. Last month, there was 1,752. So inventory has creeped up just a little, but I always like to put it in perspective and go back to May of 2020. There were 7,260 homes on the market total, and right now there's 2,822. Of that 2,822, 1,983 are single family homes, 613 are condos, 226 are townhome and villas. So that's kind of the breakdown on those numbers. There were 4,300 new listings, which last month there was about 4,200, 4,258. So that's really the same. There were 3,800 houses under contract in April and 3,900 houses in contract in May, which still means kind of the same thing. As the houses are coming on the market, if they're priced right, they're selling very, very quickly. Total sales last month were 4,081. Total sales were 3,872 for May. This is June through the end of May. Days on the market did drop from 42 to 36, which again, just more confirmation that houses are selling extremely fast. So what does that mean to you if you're a buyer, and what does that mean to you if you're a seller? Okay, so if you're a seller, the last thing you want to do is try to time the market. No one knows what's going to happen. And so if you were like holding off to sell for some reason, there wouldn't be any reason to do that. Right now, houses are selling super fast at the most amount of value. I'm going to link to a video I did, how to get your offer accepted on a super hot market, and houses are going over appraised value. But remember, when I say appraised value, that doesn't mean more than what the house is worth. The appraiser cannot take into account what's going on in the market, only what's happened. So last year, for instance, we had people that bought houses where the house appraised under what they were paying. They bought the house, a month later the houses were selling for more. So remember, appraised value is what, looking in the past, what the market's done. Right now, you really have to be looking in the future when you're buying a house. So again, I'll link to that video. It is probably one of the most unfriendliest first-time home buyer markets that I've ever seen. Meaning if you're putting really, FHA, low money down, loans that we've done over the years, they're just harder to get your offer accepted if you're competing against someone that's putting a big down payment. So you can watch that video because I give some really good strategies on how to get your offer accepted, regardless of what your down payment is. The median price is $300,000. You'll see the average price at $360,000. I like to use median price. Just because it's more indicative, I think, of what houses are going to sell in a certain area. So the median price is about $300,000, which means that's what people are going to pay, on average is the median price. All right, so rates right now they say 2.97% is the national average. Remember rates, there's points, discounts, credit score, all these different things, investment property versus primary. So again, Google me, but you see what people say about working with Rayce Robinson. We shop the loan through a bunch of different banks to make sure you get the best deal on a mortgage. But a lot of those things will be impacted by your credit and those kinds of things. So ultimately, the market really has not changed. So I hate to sound like a broken record, but if you're selling, it's going to sell fast. If you're going to buy, you're going to have to buy quickly. You're going to, ideally need to be going conventional, putting a bigger down payment, and you're probably going to be competing, when you're looking to buy a house. So those are the market, numbers here for Central Florida. I'm really not anticipating a big change. I do think that, as builders are trying to catch up and get more homes on the inventory, we will, see that number go up. But, again, to put it in perspective, just a year ago, there were 7,200 homes on the market. Now there's, 2,800. So really inventory would have to triple just to get back to where they were a year ago. And those were still considered a hot seller's market, meaning there was really not a lot of inventory at the time as well. So I think more of the same throughout this year. Now, if you're buying, I really don't think there's a reason to wait, because if appreciation slows down, and I doubt, but anything's possible, you could get some kind of pullback in real estate. But even if you got, like, say, a 10% pullback, what would cause that would be inventory going way up and probably rates going way up. Well, for that same house, you'd be paying a lot more per month. So again, if you're buying a house to flip or for the short term, 2 or 3 years, really, in my mind, it's never made sense to buy a house like that. But if you're going to live in this house, it's going to be your primary residence, you're going to be there for a while, you really want to take advantage of getting when rates are low, so your payments are as low as possible for the long term. All right, hopefully that helps for your specific situation, or to get, how you qualify or what program you can work with. Let me know how I can help. We'll kind of keep you in the loop here as numbers do change month after month. As always, hope everyone's having their own personal recovery. Seems like things have gotten more normal, so we'll see if that continues to happen. And as always, let me know what else I can do to help. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.